you're talking, the Black Eyed Kids. Okay. Whatever happened to them? They was everywhere for a while. They was doing everything. Then they just fell off the radar. So we're going to talk about them from the sweet or not sweet beginning to the end of the Black Eyed Kids. Nobody talk about them anymore. Okay. Wonder what happened to them. But to do that, we have to go back to the beginning. How far back are we going to go? Are we going to go back to Adam and Eve? Are we going back to the Anunnaki? Are we going back so far? Oh boy, we're going really far back. We're going back when the Anunnaki first came here. Okay. You know, the Anunnaki is those who came down that came from that planet Nibiru. Okay. When they came here, according to the records, the old ones was here. They had clover feet and leather skin, and they worked with them. Now, how do you work with dinosaurs? I don't have the slightest idea. Did they have dinosaur culture? Today, we think dinosaurs are dumb, but the secret, you know, all movies are secret society. The secret of the Jurassic Park movies is that the giant dinosaurs was very dumb, but those small dinosaurs was kind of smart. And the Velociraptors had a brain the same size we have today, had same kind of eyesight we have today, but they think they're hearing. They even think they was able to communicate in some way. Did they have culture? Did they build houses? Did they have shopping malls? We don't have the slightest idea. But the Anunnaki worked with them, the old ones, until they blasphemed against the gods and were destroyed. Now, how do dinosaurs blaspheme against the gods? I don't have the slightest. Maybe they ate a few of them. I don't have the slightest idea. Okay. Well, then I thought we were talking about the Black Eyed Kids. We're getting there. Hello. Okay, and then after the old one was destroyed, and what work were they doing? They was mining gold for their home planet, because their home planet had a hole in the atmosphere and they needed gold to fix the hole. Okay. Now, after the dinosaurs was destroyed from the surface of the earth and driven into their underground caves, you didn't know that. Okay. So that means inside they didn't get all of them. They only exterminated from the surface of the earth and drove them into their underground caves. Okay. The Anunnaki found the work very hard and difficult and refused to work. Now they had a strike on their hands. So they decided to create the new ones, which is they took a primitive primate creature and they started to experiment with it. And they tried everything. And when I say everything, they tried everything. But they could not get it to do more than just the most basic of tasks. It cannot stand totally straight, and his hands was not straight. And they could not talk. I don't care what they did, it was covered with hair. And they tried everything, and nothing worked. This is why we got all this junk DNA. Okay. We have 10 times. Every creature have a little bit of junk DNA. We have massive amounts of it. Because when they say they tried everything, I mean they tried everything. And when they was getting ready to throw in the towel, they decided to do one last experiment. They took an egg of one of those primate creatures and they put it inside of one of their women. And when it was born, the hands was straight, it was hairless, and it could speak. That was called the Alpha, what we call today the Adam. Okay, that's how we came into creation. They took the Alpha back to their home planet. He had to put on the suit and everything. They introduced him to their main god or king, and he gave them permission to start production. And they kept the secret of how they created him from their king. But and the secret of why they kept the secret of how they was able to create the alpha is because by putting the egg in one of their women, it grossly deformed the woman who had the baby. But to start the new project, they needed volunteers. So they had the one volunteer already. They asked for 6 more volunteers. And those 7 volunteers became the 7 mother spirits that created the 7 original races on this planet. That's very scary. Today, none of those races exist. We all got blended together. But, once upon a time, there was lots of races. Now, Lynn, what did this have to do with those black-eyed kids? Okay, that's where we are today. We're, we're human, but we was made as workers, and they made us different colors so they would know which mother we came from. That's why we're different colors. Okay, you didn't know that. Now, all things repeat itself. They tried to wipe us out once before because they got tired of us. That was called the flood of Noah's day. And if it wasn't for Noah, or his real name, we wouldn't be here today. You get what I'm saying? Because they got tired of us. And the second reason they wanted to get rid of us is because the king, El, discovered the secret of how we was created. And he thought that we was an abomination, and he wanted us destroyed. But thanks to Enki, we survived. He told his servant to make a ship and the whole 9 yards, and we survived. That'd get us past the flood. But Lynn, what did this have to do with the black-eyed kids? Okay. They're tired of us again. And in the year 1870, an occultist in Germany wrote the book, The Coming New Race, talking about in the future a new race was going to be created with the power of the Vril, V-R-I-L. Okay.